Okay, I think I just straightened the frame on this thing. Took a bottle jack and an old axle shaft, and there's a piece of got a big chunk of stainless steel in between the two. Just so the wheel studs don't hit. That way it's on there evenly and it won't fly out and kill me. Hooked it up to the air, stood well away from it, and pushed it back, and I think it's good to go now. The front is square to these body mounts, and I think all I gotta do now is fix these little bends right here. You can see that's just, it was bent when it was hit. When I pulled it back out, they're not gonna just straighten back out perfectly. But I think it's good to go now. So I am quite happy with that. You can look down the center of it, and you can kind of tell that the front mounts there actually line up when you're looking down it through that drive shaft hole in the frame. Before, it was even with that left side bolt hole on this mount up here in the front. This one right here. So I think I actually straightened it. A couple of the welds popped as expected. It was bent significantly out, so I got a couple things to re-weld in there. There's one on that brace there I got to re-weld. So, but I'm going to go over the whole frame. I'm going to wire wheel the whole thing, clean it all up, re-weld it, brace anything if I need to, and hopefully it'll warm up and I'll be able to paint it, get going on it. So what I'm going to do now is swap my brakes over. I've got this axle here with some good brakes on it, and those are going to replace these original brakes, just because I don't have another hub. I only have one hub slash brake drum, and those things are very expensive. I got that axle for free with another car that I bought, specifically a 40 DeSoto, so that was cool. But anyway, I'm gonna get that swapped and get this thing halfway rolling so that I can roll it into the shop and wire wheel it and go from there. So what I'm gonna do is pull this rear end out, and I'm gonna use an old F100 rear end, such as out of my 58 Ford with the rounded housing. I'm not going to use one out of that truck, but I've got another one floating around here. So we're going to use an early 9-inch rear end, and that will match those front hubs with the studs, because these originally had lug bolts, not lug studs. So that'll match those front brakes that I need to use, and it'll be complete, and all my stuff will have a 9-inch rear end, so I can swap gears easy and things like that, and it'll still look right with the rounded housing. It's not going to look new. So I just got to get some spring perches for the skinnier springs. These are 1 3/4 leaf springs. So I'll get that on there. I'll get the brakes done on the front, and then it'll be a roller. I'll just paint it up and put the body on it and start mocking up the motor and transmission. So I'm pretty excited about it. This thing's gonna be really cool when it's done.